If you love rich, cheesy and comforting Italian food, then you're going to absolutely adore this Smokey Aubergine Parmigiana. Layers of tender aubergine and a rich tomato sauce and gooey melted cheese. Trust me when I tell you, this dish is pure comfort in every bite. It's surprisingly easy to make, it's packed full of flavour, and it is fantastic the next day. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to It's Cooking Good. So we're going to start this off by prepping our aubergines. I've got 3 lovely aubergines here, although they are a little bit on the small side, but we will make do with what we've got. And all I want to do is just take off the tops, and we're going to slice these nice and thinly. Just like so. Just go through. You could cut these if you want a different way. I like cutting them lengthways. And just get a little bit off the end there. Be careful of your fingers, of course. And just continue to do that with all of your aubergines. Obviously, if you're making a bigger portion, you'll have more. Not so many people eating, you're going to have less. And that's our aubergines done. And here, I've just got a bowl that I've put a colander on top. What we want to do is really get the moisture out of our aubergines. So I'm going to chuck them in here. And to that, we're just going to add some salt. And you're going to let this sit for about 10 to 15 minutes would be absolutely fine. Just want to make sure that you give them a good mix around so that salt's covering them nicely. And while they're sitting, we can crack on and make our tomato sauce. Put our pan on here and whack this on. And to that, we're going to add some olive oil, about a tablespoon of olive oil. And into that, we're going to add some garlic. And here I've got 2 cloves of chopped garlic. So straight in. And we just want to let that cook off for about a minute, just to start to release the flavours out of that garlic. Okay, so the garlic's looking good. We're now going to add in some sugar. That is a teaspoon of sugar, and just give it a stir through. To that, I'm going to add some smoked paprika. Now, I'm using a sweet smoked paprika. If you want a spicy smoked paprika, use that. And this is what's going to give it that really nice smokiness. And we'll just give that a little stir around. To that, some oregano, a teaspoon. And then tomatoes. And I'm using Muti. Guys, I know I bang on about Muti, but they really are, as far as I'm concerned, the best tomatoes you can get. If you can get these, do. If not, you might want to add a little bit more sugar to your pan, yeah? And we're going in with 2 of these tins. Stir it through. Try not to splash yourself like I'm doing. That's it, gently in there. That's it. And then to that, I'm going to add some basil. So I've just got some basil here. Again, I know I always say it, stalks and all, a lot of flavour in there. Some salt and some black pepper. Just a good few turns of the pepper mill. Plenty of pepper in there. I like it peppery. Okay, stir it around, and then we're just going to put the lid on that and cook that till it reduces down. It's probably going to take about 10 to 15 minutes in total, which is perfect because then our aubergines will be ready for us to start cooking them. Okay, so our tomato sauce is done. Let's have a little look. Perfect. It's reduced down perfectly, exactly what we're looking for. You see, it's just nicely thickened through, and it smells absolutely delicious. I've just got those lovely aromas of paprika and garlic. Match made in heaven. What else can I say? Anyway, let's move this to one side. Next, I'm going to bring in a griddle pan. I'm using a griddle pan. If you haven't got one, just use a frying pan. It's absolutely fine. I quite like the griddle pan because it gets those nice char marks on the aubergine, and I think it does add a little bit more flavour, but either way is fine. I've got this on a medium to high heat, and all I've done is used a bit of olive oil and a little bit of kitchen roll, and I've just gently wiped it in that oil to make sure I don't get any stickage, fingers crossed. So, aubergines, the salt's done its work. Just place these straight into the pan. as many as you can fit in without overcrowding it. And these are going to take about 2 minutes per side. Okay, let's flip these over. And that's what I was talking about. Look at that lovely charring we've got on there. That's all flavour, all flavour. And I'll cook these now for 2 minutes that side, and I'll cook up the rest. So now we can start assembling the final dish. So I've got here just an oven-proof dish, any shape or size that you want. And we're going to start by putting some of our lovely, luscious, smoky tomato sauce down into the bottom, along with any of that basil that's in there as well, more flavour. I like to give it a good coating on the base. Plenty of tomato sauce, and I've got plenty of it here. Okay. Next to that, go in with some of your aubergines. So just layer them up in any sort of fashion you like. Basically, you're making a bit like it's a vegetarian lasagna, I guess. It's such a traditional dish. But this obviously, actually, I'm just going to use my fingers. This actually does have just this nice twist with the smokiness. It really does add a little something else. Guys, if you're enjoying the content on the channel, please do like, subscribe and share. It really would help the channel and really does help the algorithm. And I'd really appreciate it. Next, we're going to add some mozzarella. So I'm just putting a few bits through it because I just like that extra cheesiness. It doesn't have to be tons. We're going to save some for the top. Just a few bits and bobs scattered around. And I just sort of break it up a little bit. I want to make sure everyone's getting a nice piece of that gooey cheese as they cut through. That's it, perfect. Some more of our tomato sauce. You can see where I'm going with this, just layering it up. Lovely, spread it all around. That's it. Yeah, that's looking good already, I have to say. Some more of our aubergine. Plenty. I think that's it. We'll probably just have the 2 layers. That looks good to me. Then the rest of our tomato sauce, so that can all go on. Lovely. That's it. Spread it around again. And then to that, we're going to go on with our mozzarella. Just, again, give this a really nice coating on the top. You really want this to bubble up. Got another block here, so let's give that a chop up. This is the bit the kids love, the mozzarella. Well, I do too, to be fair. Okay, and just, again, finish it off. This is just a standard mozzarella ball. Use whatever mozzarella, if it's in a block or you've got buffalo mozzarella, even better. I've now just got some more oregano and I'm going to give that a sprinkling over the top. And some Parmesan cheese. If you've got pecorino, use that instead. Fine, get it on there. That is going to come out nice and crispy. I think that'll do. And then I just want to finish it off with a drizzle of olive oil. So just a touch over the top. And that'll do nicely. Now, I'm putting ours in the oven this evening and it's going in at 180 for 35 minutes. If you want to do this in the air fryer, 180 again, probably for 20 to 25 minutes. I'm only doing it in the oven because we've got some other things to cook as well. It's got to be on, so I might as well use the electric. So that's going to go in. And I'll see you when it comes out and we're ready to give it a go. Okay, so there we have it. My Smokey Aubergine Parmigiana. Looks delicious and smells delicious. I cannot wait to give this a go. It took 35 minutes, as said before. And what I meant to say to you earlier, great thing about this recipe is if you've got an airtight container, you can now portion it up. It will freeze perfectly well or keep in the fridge for a good couple of days. Similarly, you could make it ahead of time without cooking it and do exactly the same thing and it will be absolutely fine. So let's dig in. Get myself a knife, cut a nice big portion. Look at that. And hope it comes out in one fell swoop. I've actually let this sit for 10 to 15 minutes just to let it sort of rest a little bit. I find that that works really well with it, and as I said, you can eat it the following day cold. It's even better. There we go, look, the cheese all stringy, lovely. Let's turn it around. I want a bit of that mozzarella on there, a bit of all the gubbins. Let's see how it tastes. Wow, that is delightful. What I like about aubergines is they are like sponges. They just absorb all of the flavours that are in that pan. And I can really taste the smokiness of that paprika, the garlic, the herbs, the basil still coming through. That is lovely. Not being funny. This is a cracking vegetarian dish. And if you're a meat lover, this is another one of those dishes that would convert you. I'm absolutely sure of that. This is like the ultimate comfort food to me. It really is cooking good, dare I say it. Guys, I really appreciate you tuning in and watching through to the very, very end. As said earlier, if you like the content, please do like, subscribe, share. If you've got a recipe that you'd like me to cook, please do comment down below and I will try my best to cook it for you. I'll put all of the details of today's Smokey Aubergine Parmigiana down below in the description as always. And all that's left for me to say is until next time, it's cooking good.